Welcome to Rack of the Week 245. This is going to be something different because I am not at home in my usual studio. So I'm not going to do the regular intro. We're just going to get right into this rack. I am in Florida at the 2025 International Open, and I just competed in the 14-1 straight pool event. I actually made it to the single elimination this time. I'm very happy about that. But it was also my best opportunity to do so because there were only 20 players this year. And our bracket had one pro. Most of the other brackets had two, if not three pros. I lost to the one pro, Yanni Saikkonen. Very nice guy. Enjoyed playing him. I played him a couple of years ago as well. And I did manage to win my other three matches. The toughest match of those was versus New Yorker Michael Yednak. He is a huge fan of straight pool, student of Thorsten Hohmann, knows what he's doing. And we both had not our best match. Let's just put it at that. We both missed shots that we did not expect to miss or anyone expect us to miss. And it ended up with a very close score. I believe at the point that we're going to start watching this video, Michael is ahead of me. He was ahead the entire match, by the way. Ahead of me, 115 to, I believe, 86. You can kind of make out the score on the electronic score sheet at the head of the table there. So this is a safety exchange. And I ended up with this shot. Michael wanted the cue ball to be a bit, he may have got the cue ball right where he wanted because I can't cut the 10 ball to my left. The only shot is the 10 ball to my right, past that solid up in the upper corner pocket. I don't have my usual tools, so I'm just going to point at things with my mouse and call things out. And so there's no safety from here. I have to go for the shot. If I miss, Michael's going to win the match. He only needs 10 points, and all the balls are open. So I've got to go for this. And frankly, I'm the underdog at this point because I have not been playing well. And I have not run over 36 balls at this point, and I have to run 36 balls to win the match. So I'm putting my best effort into this shot. I know I can't overcut this ball, or I'm going to hit that solid and miss. And I have no idea where the cue ball is going, and I don't care. I'm likely to get a shot. I just want to try and make this ball. So I'm fortunate to make that. As you can see, I don't have another good shot. I have a shot at the seven in the corner, and I go take a look. I don't want to play position from this 7. I'm too nervous. I just want to play a stop shot. So I looked and I'm like, yeah, I got a shot on that stripe hanging at the left corner. So let's just make this ball because I missed this shot earlier in this match. I just want to make the dang ball, and I did. So now I'm starting to feel a little better. Let's get the arm loosened up and see if I can run these 36. But I'm playing tight. And it's not my A game because I know I need 36. And if I miss at any point along the way, Michael's going to clear the table and run it out. So I just want to get the cue ball to center table here. So this is top left. Just hit it hard enough to come around this ball, and I know I'm going to get a shot somewhere. We'll figure it out from there. Now at this point, I want to try and get the cue ball under control. I want to start playing a pattern. I do not have a good break ball. I believe that the 6 is a good break ball. So the thing I'm looking at is that this 5 is a key ball to set me up for the 9. I can get the 9 out and then clear the remaining balls and land on the 8-ball break shot. So I don't have an end pattern of any type right now. I just want to get over there. And right here, I wanted an angle on this solid in the upper right to bounce off the rail, shoot the 15, and land on the 5. So I can roll from the 5 to the 9. Didn't get that. And I don't want to just roll forward on this solid because then I'm going to be near the rail and it's going to make pocketing that stripe so much more difficult. So I decided to draw back to shoot this ball on the side and then either go straight across to the 5 or up for the 15. And I've got an angle, so I'm going to go to the head rail and down, shoot the 15 to get on the 5. All reasonable. And of course I'm nervous and I hit this bad. Now the cue ball's near the rail again. I can't shoot the 15. Now, if I'm comfortable and I'm in stroke, I'm going to shoot that 15 all day and just come across. But this is my last opportunity at the table. I'm nervous as hell. I'm not shooting that 15. I'm just going to shoot the straight-in shot, stun forward for the 9 ball. And I hit it bad and roll too far forward. And I'm thinking, oh, my God, I just lost. What am I going to do? Shoot the 11, shoot the 15, both super tough shots, shoot the combo in the side. I've got to back cut the 9. That's my only choice. So honestly, after this shot, I got things together and kept the cue ball under control, and that's why I'm showing this on the Rack of the Week. But this is a recovery shot by far. I'm a favorite to miss it. And now Michael's going to have to shoot a break shot to win, but he's still a favorite to do that, to clear the table, shoot a break shot, and run the 2 or 3 remaining balls that he needs. So I have to make this shot to have a chance. I make this all the time on my home table, but this is the tournament. I'm nervous, and there's no position with the cue ball. Just make the ball and hope you get a shot. And I did, and that's the difference. So I got lucky. I definitely got lucky. Now, what I got unlucky on, and this happens all the time, my only shot on the table is my break ball for the next rack. What the heck? So now I have to use the 14 as a break ball. And I saw the pattern instantly because it's the 6, 8, 15, and then the other stripe and the 1. So, and that's because those last 2 balls lead naturally to the correct angle on the 1 to drop down to the bottom rail for the below the rack break shot. So I do that all the time. So I saw that immediately. And that's kind of hard to mess up. And so I was actually happy to get that opportunity. But I'm taking the time, you notice, to walk to the head of the table, look at the angle, even though this is a totally routine shot. I just want to come and land as straight as I can. But if you don't get straight, you got to get towards the center of the table so that you can bounce the cue ball off the rail and still land on the correct angle on the 1. Don't get the other angle where you got to go all the way to the other side of the table to shoot the 1. So I landed perfect. I can stun to the rail and stay above the 1 ball, get the cue ball far enough off the rail that I can cue comfortably at the bottom of the cue ball and get the cue ball. And I'm going to go sight. I want to get the cue ball right there, right on the bottom rail. This is a good shot when you're nervous because it's just a little below center punch stroke, and you can hit it with a little bit of speed and get some more confidence going in your stroke. And so I was able to do that and then stay down on the shot. Okay, so now I'm feeling better. I need to shoot a rack of balls and then 9 more. And I've done that a million times at home, but this is in a tournament where this is my only shot. And that's what I was talking about before I left for the tournament. I've got to put myself in more competition. I got to play more tournaments where that's a situation where I'm shooting under that quote-unquote pressure a little bit more. So I'm comfortable with this break shot. But as I said, I'm nervous. My throat's dry. I'm going to get a drink of water before I shoot this. Calm down. Take a couple deep breaths. I like this. I go sight it, but I like this because my cue ball's hitting the 2 ball or the gap between the 2 6. So this is top left. The cue ball's going to go to the side rail, and then the right English will bring it out towards center table. There's a slight chance of scratching in the opposite side pocket, but you can't worry about it. You got to go. You just got to go for it. You can't hit it timidly. You put some speed on it. Make sure you make the ball. Get the cue ball free. So I did that. The other thing that does is you're going to get a good spread, and so you're likely to have an easier shot to continue the rack in a more open rack. So I only have one issue. I've got a break ball on the left side of the rack, and I've got 3 balls in the rack area. This is beyond ideal. I'm like so overjoyed that I'm going to have a chance to shoot some easy shots and not have too much difficulty to work with. And I should shoot that. Yeah, well, actually, I'm not going to break the rack with that 15. Maybe I'm thinking about with the higher break ball or manufacturing a break shot with those 3 in the rack area, because I'm playing position for that stripe right now. And that's because that's the easiest ball to play position for. If I didn't do that, I would have turned around and shot this stripe right now. So, my focus now is on not missing less than playing position. As it turns out, I didn't draw back far enough for that stripe, and I'm really good on this ball on the side. So I'm like, okay, let's leave that shot for a break ball. But that means I'm going to have to do more work later to open up that 3-ball cluster. So now I've shot the 2 easiest shots, and now I'm looking at the table going, okay, dummy, how are you going to get into the cluster now? So I've got a slight angle on the 6. I could shoot the 6, and it would take a hard punch to get the cue ball down there and to bump that cluster, and I probably would have the 7 in the side as insurance. I think it's a little bit too reckless, though. I think I can do it better, but I'm trying to figure out how, and I thought I had a plan, and now I'm rethinking it because I've got to. I want to clear those 4 up table balls, but I know that it's not a good idea to shoot the 3 these 3 that are upper and play position for the 6 and then go down table. It's when you got a ball out in the middle of the table into a side pocket, that's hard to play position correctly for it. So I'm like, I got to shoot the 6 now. That means I have to go 6, 5, then this stripe, and then this, I believe that's the 9, not this ball up here. So if I'm going to do that, then I've got to shoot this ball. And I'm looking at it right now. I've got to have that angle to go to the side rail and come down and tap these. I like that because if I tap them on the top, I'll have the 7. If I tap them on the side, I'll have either this stripe or the 2 ball. So now I like it. And you can see that a little bit more spring in my step because I know exactly what I'm going to do. So it becomes 6 in the side, then the 5, the other stripe. And before shooting this stripe, I go look at the angle once more just to make sure. I want to land the cue ball on the header all right there. And then I've got a natural angle with a little bit of left spin to come down. I don't want to blast into that 3-ball cluster. Just tap them ever so gently. That's all that's needed to open those up to pockets. So this is perfect. Look at the angle before you get behind the cue ball. Now stand behind the cue ball and see the shot happening. Once you see it, then step into the shot and execute. Low left, no draw, just low left. And try and run the cue ball right into the rack area. And that couldn't have turned out more perfect. You would think, oh, they're still clustered. No, they're not. Look, the 9 ball goes there. Once you shoot the 9, you'll have a shot on either of the other balls to the lower right corner. This is perfect. I can use the 2 ball right now to go to the side. I'll use my mouse. I can use the 2 ball right now to go to the side rail and out for the 7. Then I can roll forward for the 9, or I can stun over here for the 3. And then I realize if I'm going to do that, I'll have to clear these and use this stripe as the key ball. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I've got a pivot ball in the center of the table, so let me use that for a key ball. So I shoot the stripe in the lower left to preserve the same angle on this 2, bounce out and get on the 3. I actually wanted to come out farther, but I'm nervous, so I didn't hit it hard enough. See, I hit it too soft. I wanted to come farther so I could roll forward for the 9. Then it's just 9, slide over, shoot this solid slide over, and then shoot this one and slide over or go to the rail and out for the break shot. But I've got to come over here for the 3, so I'm going to have to do just a tiny bit more with the cue ball than initially intended. So make sure I get an angle there, and I've got it. And I've got enough angle to go up and down. If I was flatter, I would spin 2 rails out. But both of these balls go in this pocket. But look, I put my Q-tip here. But just because both go, don't get casual. Make a specific decision about which ball and which angle you want. You can always fall back on the other one if you don't get there, but you got to have a specific plan. So I land on the ball that I want with the angle that I want. Now I'm almost straight in. So I can't just draw back. I have to draw back to the rail. But I know that if I hit the ball full and I get up off the shot because I see it, if I hit it full, I'm going to draw back too sharply and end up with the wrong angle on the 9. So I have to cut the 8 ball to the right side of the pocket so I can draw lower on this rail. So when I come off the rail, I still stay below the shot line to the 9 ball. That's why. So it was really, I like the fact that I recognized that and hit it right. Now I'm making a specific decision here. I don't want an inside angle because this is a low break ball close to the rack. I want a little bit of an outside angle. And maybe that's not the right decision. I'm not sure, but I'm nervous and I don't want to back cut a ball that's close to the bottom corner of the rack. So I play for an outside angle. Now I pulled ahead for the very first time in this entire 3-hour-long match. Yeah, 3 hours for both of us to get close to 125. That tells you we weren't playing all that well. We were missing too many shots. Anyway, so I need 9. So you got to open the rack. Even if you only need 2 from here, or 3, go ahead and shoot it the way you would normally shoot the break shot. Don't try to get cute and just knock the 1 or 2 that you need loose. No. Open the rack the way you normally would. So it's a very low break ball. I need to draw the ball because I'm going to hit the bottom of that corner ball, and it's unlikely to open them wide. So I can't hit this really hard, or the cue ball will stay on the tangent line, and I'll miss the corner of the rack. So I'm trying to hit this with a good amount of speed, but yet enough draw that the cue ball is going to contact that corner ball. And I get a little lucky here as well. Watch the cue ball on this break shot. So if the cue ball didn't hit that 15, I would be up on the head rail. The cue ball would be on the head rail, and I would be in a world of trouble. So that's the second time in this 36 ball run that I got a bit lucky. Now, there are not 9 balls open, so I'm going to have to open this cluster. So I'm saying to myself, okay, this is just like any other racket straight pool. The advantage is I do not have to preserve a break ball. Just get a couple more open, and I can run 9 balls. So I'm very lucky to have this easy shot into the corner pocket, and I'm going to play the position to where I just put the cue ball, because depending on where I land on this ball in the side pocket, I can play position for the 9 ball and run the cue ball into the 6 to open the cluster, or I can bring the cue ball to the left side of the table, the 8 and the 9 here. These 2 balls both go in the bottom right, and one of them can give me an angle, or one of them can give me a shot to play position for the other to go into the cluster in the center. So as you see, I can't hold the cue ball for the 9, so I'm going to walk over and look. I'd like to get just below the 8 so that I can run into the stack and open them up, possibly get position on the other open ball near the bottom rail as an insurance ball. Luckily, this is there's no risk in this shot. It's pretty easy to execute. A little bit of just a soft roll, a little bit of left spin to hold the cue ball out in the middle, not against the rail. Turns out I get a perfect angle on the 8, absolutely perfect, because I can run into that stripe. All I'm trying to do is hit the stripe, knock the 6 over, go a little bit forward with the cue ball so I have a shot on this ball. I'm not trying to blast this cluster wide open. Just nudge some balls. That's all you need to do to create new shots. And that's exactly what happened. I've got a little bit of back cut on this 9, but that's okay. And I'm looking, do I have a shot on this 8 ball up in the upper left, or do I have a shot on the 14 up in the upper right? No, I don't. So I have 2 shots available from center table. It's a 9 ball to here and the 7 ball to here. I like the 7 better because there's a couple balls here that are open to the lower left. The 11 and the 6 are open to the lower left. So I can play short side position on those from the 7. If I don't get on the 7, I'll have the 9. But I specifically try to get kind of straight on that 7. Okay, now this is a tricky shot, because do you roll this or do you stun it? If you're nervous, you want to roll it. And I say to myself, man, just stun the ball to the rail and off. Go forward a little. You have a shot on the 11 or the 6, and then work it from there. So I execute this one well. I mean, it looks so routine, but honestly, when we're near and I gave myself a fist pump and I said, stay down. Now remember to stay down on your next 3 shots. And I'm looking at the scoreboard. I need 3 more. So I'm going to pinch draw the 11. Yeah, I just counted. I need 9, so I need to leave 6 on the table. I need to shoot 3. So they're pigeons from here, but when you're nervous, it's tough. So just pinch draw the 11 ball back a few inches. I'll either have a shot on the 6 or one of the other 2 balls in the left side pocket. And as it turns out, all I got to do is roll the 10 ball forward, and I have a shot on the 2, and I win the match. So a nervous run, I mean, 36 balls is nothing. I do that all the time. So does my opponent. But it's just the situation made it tough. It was fun. It was fun and exciting to be able to do that and win a victory that, by all rights, Michael should have won, because he played better than me for almost 7/8 of the match. And now I can't even do simple math. I'm asking him, do I need 1 or do I need 2? How many do I need? I need 1. And so that's the end of the match. And that's the end of this Rack of the Week from St. Augustine, Florida. I'll do another Rack of the Week next Sunday, and then I'll do a live stream to talk about it and the future of the channel. But I hope you like that. That got me into the single elimination, where my opponent in single elimination was Dennis Grabe, and he took second in the tournament. He ran through me like crap through a goose. I got 1 chance to score, and I ran 24 points and then screwed it up an easy end pattern. But a great experience, great learning experience. Happy to have that finish and actually cash and get some money back from the tournament. And I'm looking forward to next year. Hopefully they'll have it next year. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. That's Rack of the Week 245. And remember to play it straight. And I'll see you next week on Rack of the Week. Bye.